Okay, so like I said, my next video would tell you a bit more about myself. Okay, like I said, I'm 28. I'm about to turn 29. Oh, excuse me. I was born on Melbourne Cup Day, 1981. My mum actually won the hospital sweeps. I don't know if it was rigged or not, but who cares? Well, she was a winner anyway because she got me. Okay. When I was born, I weighed £4.12, which, as I understand it, is about 2.5 kilograms. Well, I certainly made up for it. Up until about the age of 10, I was actually not that big. I was reasonably skinny until about 8, and then I became a bit of a recluse. I don't know whatever started it, but one day I was hanging out with my friends, and then I wasn't. I was just at home all the time. I withdrew. I spent all my time at home, unless I was at school. And around about age 11, that's when I was starting to pack it on. When I was in year 4, I'm a little ashamed to admit this, but I earned myself the nickname Stink Bomb. It always hurt my feelings, but I was never one to stand up for myself. So I let them keep hurting my feelings, and I dealt with that by stuffing myself rotten. I was 15 when I hit 100 kilograms. Now remember, to convert kilograms to pounds, you multiply by 2.2. So I was 220 pounds when I was 15. I have never been a muscly person. Looking at myself on my monitor here as I'm recording this, I can see the potential. I see how I used to look, and I know that makes absolutely no sense at all. You see, the highest weight I ever got to was 130 kilograms. That is well over 300 pounds. Anyway, in 2007 I started working as a driver for a spare parts company that isn't far away from here. And I spent the first year just, plodding along, keeping myself reasonably busy. But I also found that I was extremely tired all the time. I mean, all the time. I met someone in 2008 in April. We became reasonably good friends. And I was complaining to him one night that I hated being so heavy. And he said to me, well, why don't you join a gym? Maybe it was just the timing, but it actually made sense for a change. I'd heard it and I'd thought about it before, but I could never afford it. But now I could because I had a job and I could pay for it, and I wasn't doing anything else to spend the money on except for garbage. So, a week later, I joined C2K at Castle Hill. I still remember the first time I walked in there. I felt like everybody stopped and stared at me. I even felt a little bit like when they saw me, they thought, beauty, another one. The lady that I spoke to there, Marie, was quite shrewd. She realised that if I'd have walked out of there that night, I wouldn't have come back. So she signed me up. A week later, I had my very first personal training session with a guy named Darren. I still remember that I could barely lift a 5 kilogram weight plate. Anyway, by the end of that 8 weeks, I dropped down to 121 kilos. I was amazed, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, by October of 2008, I joined the program at the gym called Greatest Loser, based on the TV show, from what I understand. The premise is similar. Anyway, I managed to lose another 10, no, yeah, it was 10 kilograms I lost on that. I ended that at 96 kilograms. I still remember the first time that I weighed under 100. I just about cried myself silly. Anyway, Christmas time 2008, I was down to 94. But I can feel myself starting to paunch up again. In May 2009, my job changed because one of the drivers at work had a stroke. So for 4 months, I spent every day, except for weekends, driving about 400 kilometres. And that took the better part of 7 hours to do. So I went from being not very active to almost completely inactive. The only reason I went to the gym was because of my personal training sessions. I burnt myself out and I lost all interest in being there. In August of 2009, Darren left. He went to become a police officer. Excuse me. And for the next 3 months, I didn't go near the place. I couldn't bear the thought of going up there. And by the end of that 3 months, I thought, freaking hell, it's been 3 months and I haven't even set foot in the place. And they're going to see me when I come in there and they're going to ask me, why haven't you been in? And what am I going to tell them? Luckily, when I did finally pull my finger out of my arse and get up there, they said, nah, it's alright, we've got people that are still paying their membership which haven't been here for 2 years. Wow, freaking hell. I certainly hope I never get that bad. Anyway, I started with another trainer, James, and I've got to admit, I think James was a better trainer than Darren was. Darren was good, he would set up the exercises and lead me to it. But James would keep involving me. You know, he'd talk to me and he'd talk me through it and he'd make sure that I was doing okay. By the time that I started with James, I was back up to 108 kilograms. The lowest I got with him was 99. But a few months ago, we took over another company and now my workload has doubled. So I am now spending 7 hours a day sitting down in a ute, driving. So as you can imagine, my weight has gone back up and in my weigh-in, I was 108.3 kilograms. And I will admit, I'm not really that certain how to go about getting it back down. I'm going to do my best. What else? Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Alright, so my next weigh-in's Friday. I don't think I've been that great this week, actually. I've stuffed myself with a bit of sugar. So I'm going to have to figure out some other way to keep myself from straying. yeah, if anybody's got any ideas, let me know, because otherwise, the way I go, I'm just going to end up like a big pig again, and I don't want that. Anyway, next weigh-in's Friday. We'll go from there. See you soon.